Tonight, actor, producer, writer, director extraordinaire Bruce Hart is with us on Tag Team Talk, and we're going to be talking about his acting, his writing, his producing, and his directing. What else? Bruce Hart, welcome to Tag Team Talk.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm quite excited about this.
What was one of your earliest roles?
When I wanted to get out of science class in 6th grade, and I told the teacher I wasn't feeling well, so she let me go home for the day.
One of the first gigs I know you did was on a soap called Brothers and Sisters.
There were a lot of regional syndicated soap operas way back when. They don't have them anymore. In fact, they don't really have soap operas anymore. But Brothers and Sisters was shot in Detroit, and I just got lucky. There was a character named Wilbur, and an actor had played him for 2 episodes, and he dropped out for some unknown reason. And he was a TV repairman, which tells you how long ago it was, but he was also a rapist. So I got the coveted role of the rapist.
You play evil talent agent Nelson Van Eddy in the show Old Dogs and New Tricks.
Nelson Van Eddy is on a web series called Old Dogs and New Tricks. They're moving into season 3, which is pretty phenomenal. So it's about gay men of a certain age, four friends, and their trials and tribulations as they face middle age. When I joined the show, it was already in progress. There wasn't a villain. Sort of like Betty White on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
And that's what I was going to ask. Where did you get the inspiration to create this villain?
I have to say, the inspiration actually comes from the script, but they tested me out. They brought me in for an episode, 2 scenes, and I guess my character is popular because season 3 is coming up and I'm still in it. Oh my God. I have to tell you something about falling into that pool. It was just incredible. I like to do my own stunts, and my character, Nelson Van Eddy, he's sort of I guess a bitch or a biatch. You know, he's buttoned up. He's the one that always has the witty barb and the great clothes, and he's always making Leon Accord's character, Nathan Adler, feel bad. But something always happens to my character, like I either get thrown up on, or in this case, I got pushed into the pool. I said, oh, yeah, I'll do the stunt myself. And Leon said, all right, then I'll do the stunt myself. So, we practiced a little bit, and then finally we did the take where we fell into the water, and it was like being in an automobile accident. Exactly, we should have had those. I thought I was going to die, and Leon kept saying, you're so much more athletic than me, when we were doing we're spoofing Dynasty, so we're doing that Linda Evans, Joan Collins thing.
The cat fight.
Leon is tough. I thought he was going to make me drown. I thought I was going to die. Anyway, but the best part about it, of course, is Greg Louganis.
Greg Louganis, the Olympic diver.
Yeah, diving into the pool to rescue me and doing his little flip.
And so were there any fun stories about him on set? I mean, did he bang his head on anything?
Stop. Don't go there. I wasn't going to tell this story, but maybe I will. And I don't think he would mind, because Greg, I got to say, is just a sweetie.
He is. He's a great guy.
He also looks on camera and in real life exactly the same. I mean, he's gorgeous. So I always felt like I was wandering into some movie star's close-up when I was standing next to him. One of the wonderful things is Greg's a professional, and it's a treat to work with somebody who's been working as long as he has. So he'll show up, he can hit his marks, which are the little lines on the floor that you have to hit. And you can't look at them, but it means that, you're in focus on camera. But one time we were walking towards the camera to say our lines, we hit our marks. One of the lights was slightly in our path of direction, and Greg hit it because it wasn't anchored, and it started to tip over, so they called cut. And I said, put a sandbag on this light. Head injuries are very serious. And Greg said, yeah, I know, I had one once. And he was referring, of course, to that incident in 1981 when he hit his head on the diving board. I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry, Greg. But he was like...
Cue sad trombone. You did another short film called The Reckoning a while back.
It won an award. It's played a bunch of film festivals. It's about gay bashing. And I play director of a gay and lesbian center somewhere. My character gets abducted by these 2 bigots, and they torture me throughout the film and harass me. They tie me up. They take me to a warehouse. But as the movie progresses, I kind of turn the tables on them and make them start feeling badly about themselves. So the film won some awards, and some teacher in Georgia decided it was bullying week and that he would screen part of the film for his class. Some of the kids go home and they tell their parents, we saw a gay film today. They didn't understand it was a film about bigotry, the only gay character in the movie gets killed. There was an uproar. They went to the school board. The teacher got fired. There was all this erroneous stuff, too, that I had produced the movie and that I was promoting a gay lifestyle, whatever that is.
What state was this in?
It was in Georgia. I don't remember the city off the top of my head, but I did write in to the school board and I said this film was intended, for this purpose. It's instructional, it's educational, it's a drama. I don't think the teacher should be let go because, he showed this in class. Maybe he should have gotten permission slips, I don't know. Anyway, didn't make any difference. They fired him. And I realized my writing in was actually just like pouring gasoline onto a fire. So I just feel badly about it, because for me it was quite an achievement. I did this film and it got some notoriety and it won an award and a bunch of other things. And then to think that some poor teacher who was trying to do the right thing, lost his job. Happily, I heard recently he found another job, he's teaching again. So just lamentable.
I know this guy who's got a thing for this girl.
You're like a dead fish.
I can't help it.
But he never did anything about it.
We never even kissed. What's the big frickin' deal?
And now she's getting married.
2, 3.
He's also got a thing for this other girl.
I know you love me.
But he totally blew it with her.
If that's what it takes.
Oh my God.
He might still have a thing for this other girl, but the timing is all wrong. So this weekend, he's in Las Vegas.
This is Vegas, baby. Take a gamble.
Getting abused by pretty girls.
You're a real pain in the ass.
Do you have any his and hers jewelry?
No.
Getting sage wisdom from the delivery man.
Storm the altar, slug the best man, do a Sinatra ballad, then kiss her in front of everybody. She'll eat it up.
You would do that?
Me? No. But you should.
Maybe you know this guy.
It seems to me like all your actions are geared toward getting me to give you what you want me to give you, which I don't want to give you, but you want me to want to.
Was that English?
Better than he knows himself.
Do not vomit on me.
Your imaginary friend is here on the flight?
Do you talk often? Can you see him now? What does he look like?
She thinks you're wasted.
Took a room and Lauren.
So you've also done a number of successful stage plays. You've written them, you've produced them, you've acted in them.
Theater was a really big deal way back when, and I owned a production company with my producing partner, Paul Vanderoost, and we would write original scripts and produce them. And back then there were a lot of theaters in LA, and there are a lot fewer theaters. A lot of them have closed, so we produced...
Tell me about the unsuccessful one.
We originally started out producing a kind of a riff on The Women, which is kind of a fairly sexist play and film, but we did it with men. And it was fun. I think it was an interesting experiment. I don't know if I would want to repeat it again. And then we produced a play called It Started With a Lie, which ran for 3 years. I mean, this is how successful theater was back then. It ran for 3 years. It ran so long we had to, the set wore out. We had to build a new set. And,
you wore out the set.
Yeah, we finally said we have to freshen up the set because we've been running for so long. That was a sad day when that show closed. I loved doing that show just because it was this weekend gig, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You have your weekend family.
Exactly. I imagine it was like doing a sitcom.
Excuse me.
Who are you?
Justin Tyler, it's you! Oh, but it can't be your dad! Who are you? Wilbur Centerling. Oh my god, I must be dead myself. That's it! I'm in heaven! Somebody pinch me!
Hey, take it easy. Wilbur, where did you come from?
I was just out back with Max. In fact, we were discussing Epic Commandos. Can you believe that coincidence?
Oh, you must be Max's friendly actor.
Actor, entertainer, interior decorator. I can be anything you want me to be. Listen, you gotta tell me how you cheated death. Cosmic Commandos, you nuts!
Keep it down. No, my presence here has to remain absolutely top secret.
Oh, I got it. You're on an undercover mission, right?
Yeah, precisely. Now look, I need your help. Sure. You have to be Rod Stove.
Rod?
Yeah, the guy I was stranded on the island with.
Oh, that Rod.
Max didn't fill you in?
Actually, no. I was asking about the TV series.
Look, I told Luke that Rod was straight. Straight? God, I also said he was very religious.
Hey, Justin! I'm ready to talk.
Just follow my lead. Straight.
Hey, who are you?
Luke, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine.
craters and caverns where Thor has to fight the rock people in order to get Pip back from the cavern of destruction.
Really? So you're Rod.
At your service, Rock.
Stone! He means Rod Stone! Rod's such a jokester!
That's me, always joking around. Listen, Luke, you don't mind if I call you Luke, do you? Listen, I'm a little nervous meeting you. Hell, I can't even remember my own name. You've got me so flustered. Both of you together again at last. The world is right. Oh, Luke, you look even better in person.
Why, thank you.
I'm so excited, I think I'm gonna pee.
Honey, I'm Home is actually taking the story of Move Over Darling, which is Doris Day and James Garner, where she's stranded on a desert island for 7 years and comes back and he's already remarried. Only we turned it on its ear and we made it about a gay couple that had starred on a TV series. And one of them had gone out on a day cruise and been stranded on a desert island.
When did you get the idea for the soccer ball?
Soccer ball?
Wasn't there a soccer ball that that the stranded person had? I'm so sorry.
Clearly you haven't seen this.
Bruce, I'm going to have to take a knee.
I can't remember the play either. I'm going to let you pick it up.
Honey, I'm Home.
We wanted like hell to make that into a feature film, and we came so close so many times. It never made it. Flash forward, it's later, it's 2006 actually, so a 4-year gap. It's post 9/11, theaters are closing. People just aren't going to the theater. I started seeing a lot of shows come up that were basically dirty shows, if for want of a better word, in disguise, you know. Somebody took their clothes off and stood naked on stage, and suddenly they were able to charge $40 a ticket.
Wow.
And I went to one just because I wanted to analyze it, and I'm like, dear God, this is horrible. But I was talking to my producing partner, and I said, let's write something that makes fun of that, but we'll put nudity into it. Maybe we'll be able to sell some tickets. We wrote a play called Naked Deception, which just had the barest bones of plot, and we hired an adult entertainment actor, Dylan Vox, who wanted to try his hand at doing theater because he's trying to cross over and do more legitimate things. And he was brilliant. He was a very, very funny comedian.
Can we take a look at a clip from the stage show?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Come in!
Hello?
I'll be right there!
Yeah, looks like old Derek's been doing pretty well for himself.
Oh, hello. Can I help you?
I'm sorry, I was actually looking for Derek Hardy's house.
Oh, you found it. I'm Colin, Derek's better half. And you must be Sean. Hey!
Sean?
Yes, Sean Johnson from Ohio. We've been expecting you.
You have?
What's the matter, Sean? You look a little confused. Hey, Derek! Sean's here! You know, we finally get a weekend to relax, and what does Derek do? He invites the neighbors over for a pool party.
Yeah, you guys must be really busy. I was reading in Variety that you've got like a new show coming out.
That we do.
Yeah, well, how far have you gotten?
Not very far. You know, it takes Hollywood forever to greenlight a project. Hey, did you bring your swimsuit?
No?
Where's the rest of your luggage?
You know what? That's actually kind of a funny story. Yeah, the airline lost it. Southwest. They suck. Anyway,
Listen, let's get you settled into our guest room. Oh, and here, I'll take this.
Oh, wait, no, give me that.
It was Dylan totally got what we were doing. It was so funny because he did take his clothes off in one scene, and we staged it in the most pedestrian way on purpose. He just basically takes off his clothes and stands there in the middle of the stage. It backfired a little critically because folks didn't understand it was a spoof, and we get these like, for LA anyway, serious critics who'd come and review the show and say, how can you do this thing? You know, we've got movies like Brokeback Mountain out there, and now you're doing this. I actually didn't think that much of Brokeback Mountain. I thought it was just another story where they're trying to depict gay characters as being tragic, you know, and I kind of would like to see more positive stories. And, you know, it's much later now and things have, I think, picked up and improved.
You had 2 runs of that. It was so popular, you brought it back for a second run.
Actually, we had a contractual obligation to keep it going, but we had to shut down because I actually had to have jaw surgery. I wanted to freshen it up and tighten it up a little bit, so we brought in another director who was brilliant and talented, and he really brought some energy to the show and some color, and you know who that director is.
Yes.
Emmett Loverde. Emmett was really good at finding other little bits of humor in the show.
On the phone, when we first talked, you know, I said, I'm straight. Is that going to be a problem? And you laughed and you said, I don't think anyone's ever said that before.
Well, you know, when we were casting the show, I never really worried about that stuff.
Yeah.
A show is a show. You just want people that are professional, so.
A friend of mine, actually, he's gay, and he was a little angry that I directed that play. I never told you this.
I wonder why.
He said, what business does he have directing that show? He doesn't know anything about that.
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, that's like total discrimination, you know?
Yeah, I just let it go. But
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I was hurt because I was really hoping he would come see the show. And he refused.
That's the last play I actually produced, but what a play it was, because as you know, it became a film entitled Homewrecker at my insistence, because I did not want to have that salacious title for the film.
And we have a clip from that right now.
Hey, Colin. Got a minute?
Bite me.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
Bite me. Oh, yeah, bite me. Harder.
You know, you two really do make a cute little couple.
You son of a bitch!
That's a copy. I still have the master, and if you don't behave, I'll give it to Derek. Now you're gonna help me become a star.
Over my dead body.
Fine. Then I'll give Derek a copy for his viewing pleasure. I'll even throw in some popcorn.
What do you want?
I want what I've always wanted. A big star-making role in your new series. An ironclad contract that says neither you nor Derek can fire me. If you don't do that, I'm gonna show Derek your little sex tape. I may even post it on the internet. Gee, I wonder what the network would say about that.
You do all that just for a part in a TV show?
For a part in a television show, I would do so much more than that.
I really need some advice.
Hell no. I'm afraid of work. We're all afraid of work. That's why we do this.
You must get something out of it or you wouldn't do it.
We have a situation.
I'm at the end of my rope.
I could have an attack any second.
Can I get a new brother?
You can have this one. You were in that movie with Jake Taffeta and the Talking Mouse.
They like to fool around with their suits on.
Are you involved in a fur triangle?
My whole life was flashing before me.
It sounds like you're just not truly committed.
Lately, I have been doing sensitivity training at the penitentiary.
Where does it end?
I will be keeping my eye on you two.
I am a good boyfriend.
I'm from Pasadena.
Drugs?
It's like I was floating for the rest of the day.
I'm just gonna be more obnoxious.
Why don't you go out and get really drunk or something, you know? Are you gonna throw up?
Are you guys reporters?
You guys brothers.
How do you feel about this man choosing golf over you?
Whoa.
Open your eyes, my child.
Who are you? Can you predict the future?
I don't like to.
Am I going to be waiting around for a husband or what? Aren't there any women without sin?
Well, actually, I do know of one.
Your mother, right? Then you come up with something.
All right, how about we just open up the door and let everybody hug you?
That's boring. Look, now people are dancing, even my parents.
They're all convulsing in misery.
Baloney. I'm not going to cry at any of their funerals either.
Would you please turn off that horrible music? You make me want to commit suicide.
That ought to stir him up.
Wasn't Dylan funny?
Yes.
We had a blast. That film did really well.
Did a lot of film festivals, didn't you?
I was in New York not that long ago with some friends, and somebody came up to me, and I thought he was going to ask me for money, and I'm like, oh. He wanted to have his picture taken with me because he'd seen me in Homewrecker.
Well, if it's on Netflix, you said.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and it's also on a couple other video on-demand sites.
You also did a strange little web series called Free Advice.
Who produced that?
Why, I did, and my brother.
Yeah, it was fun, and I actually appreciated the opportunity because I got to play a character that I don't ordinarily play, which is more of a terse, uptight kind of a guy who is with his girlfriend, and they come to you and your brother, who are the free advice guys on the beach, to talk about whether I'm right or she's right. Lately, I've been getting a little bit more mainstream work, so I like to balance it. I don't want to say I don't care for doing a gay project, because I am gay and I certainly enjoy that, but I like as an actor to have a wide range of opportunities.
Well, you played a rapist, so.
Come to think of it, you're right.
Kind of hard to get wider than that. That's...
Usually whatever you've played last, if it was good and it was a hit or people liked it, you get asked to do it again and again and again. It's very hard to fight your way out of that.
Is it more fun to play a nice person or a villain?
I have to say, I actually enjoy the mean characters.
When you were first starting out, did you do a lot of musicals? Did you play the villain?
Mostly I played, the young ingenue type parts, young love interest type roles. And then as I segued into doing more TV and things like that, I started playing, it's hard to believe too, because I don't think it really fits with my personality, but a lot of troubled and neurotic characters. I've done a lot. And I've died at least 4 times in the movies. I'd rather do the killing,
Yeah. So I'm floundering out here. Hey, up.
Well, you're the one who said it.
So about these villains, you seem to be in the market for villainry.
Old Dog's New Tricks just got a stellar distribution deal. Wolf Video just picked it up. So it's coming out onto DVD. There's talk of a feature film, and it's moving onto a pay-per platform from YouTube. So it's going to go on to gaydirect.com, and I think it's also going to go on to Out TV, which is a Canadian channel. And then Boystown, which has already started out because it's a full-length television show on Out TV, moved to Gay Direct.
How exciting! How many of those episodes are in the can? For Boystown.
Boystown, it's 12 episodes, and I'm in 10 of the 12. So, and we're coming back for a second season. Old Dog's New Tricks. It's season 1 and season 2 are shot. We just did a Halloween special, a 2-part Halloween special, which, oh my gosh, it's going to be fun. But season 3, I have to tell you this, it's coming up, and they've hired Rutanya Alda.
Rutanya
Alda, though, was in Mommy Dearest, and she was Joan's maid.
So what are you going to be doing next as far as acting and writing? I know you have that yen.
I am shooting another pilot. I was asked to appear in a new contemporary story about vampires called Vamp. And I don't want to give a lot of spoilers, but it's about mutation and how vampires have adapted and they can now live during the day. It's supposed to go to Netflix. I guess that's the deal.
That's great.
And then I've got a feature film that I'm actually producing, which I don't want to give a lot of spoilers about, but it's about 3 characters that fall under the spell of a witch. And at first, they think they're getting everything they want, and she seems like this wonderful pal. Then they realize, no, she's evil, and they get a little greedy, and they start getting sucked into this thing, and they realize that they're basically going to go to hell.
Who wrote the script for it?
I wrote the script with my brother, Paul Hart.
So for your next trip, what is going to be the strangest thing that TSA is going to find in your carry-on luggage?
The worst thing they could probably find would be a couple murder mysteries, because I love to read.
So thanks for coming on Tag Team Talk.
It's been a pleasure.
Bruce Hart. Tune in for the next episode of Tag Team Talk. Thanks for joining us.
We have a situation. I'm hoping that you can help her see things in perspective.
Perspective? Your perspective?
You guys are guys, right?
I think so.
So, you can appreciate it that I have tickets to the PGA and a free hotel room with my buddies and all the beer we can drink for a week. Okay, well, she's leaving after the PGA for Europe for, 6 weeks? And she expects me to give up the greatest golf tournament in the world to spend that time with her. I mean, I'm spending time with her right now.
So your dilemma is whether or not to spend a week shit-faced with your buddies or spend these last precious few days with your exceedingly patient and attractive girlfriend?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Are you insane? The girl!
Oh. You guys obviously don't understand. This is the PGA in Pebble Beach.
You mean the same PGA they play every year? Why don't you guys wait till after you're married and she's sick of you and then go see it?
Pay attention to the here and now. She's right here, right now.
How do you feel about this man choosing golf over you?
Hey. I am a good boyfriend. Oh, and I bought her a bike. See?
He bought her a bike.
Well, can't you bring her with you to this little golf thingy?
Oh, man, you are biased.
No, I think it's cute.
She lives in Northern California. I live in Los Angeles. Pebble Beach is somewhere smack in the middle. Now, to get her, I'd have to drive all the way up north and then drive all the way back to the tournament.
It's all for love, though, right?
That's a lot of driving. And gas prices keep spiking.
Oh, yeah. Are you hearing this? Time, not money, is your most precious resource. And where goes your time, so goes your attention. And I can't believe that he wouldn't want to put all his attention on you.
I agree, although he's slobbering.
I'm not.
Well, thank you for your advice. I won't be taking any of it. Come on.
Thanks for stopping. I don't slobber.